I was talking fantasy football with my friends the other day.
With my friend the other day.
Wow. Look who's back. Where the hell have you been? At home, sitting in your asses?
Go away now, Josh. Actually, my name is Alan.
The dorky white kid with a Cub Scout bandana on his head.
Bravo.
Echo.
November.
Bingo. Hey, how's it going, guys? I don't know why that keeps doing that, but we're going to fix that, aren't you, Josh?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so Alan and Josh back here with Benton Fantasy Football again for week number, whatever number it is. We don't know, we don't care, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's week 8 in the NFL. So.
It is. That's the only thing that really
Yeah.
matters, I guess. Let's kick things off like we always do. Wait a minute, before we do, I got to wish somebody a very happy birthday today. So it's my granddaughter Malaya's birthday today. She turned 8. Happy birthday, Malaya. Everybody say happy birthday, Malaya.
Happy birthday, sweetie. Someday,
right.
someday we'll have you on the show.
Yes, we will. So happy birthday, Malaya. It's good to you. I talked to you earlier. You're having a great day, so that's awesome. So let's jump into our beers, Josh. Let's talk about what we got going on this week.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. My beer
A little cryptic.
is a hospital sign, and we're going to get into that here very shortly. And you'll understand why.
Yep. My beer this week, celebrating the Bears win. And not for the reason you think. Not because the Bears somehow, some way, some magic potion finally, or I shouldn't say finally, but they beat Bill Belichick.
They didn't beat Bill Belichick. They kicked his ass.
Yeah, they opened up a can of whoop ass on him for sure. That's not the reason why, though. The reason why is because when they did that, they kept Bill Belichick from passing Papa Bear Hallis in total wins for their career.
Aren't they tied now?
They are tied, yeah.
Okay.
So that kept, it would have been too poetic, I guess, to have him beat the Bears for that win. So it'll probably happen still this week unless New England keeps playing the wrong quarterback or both quarterbacks or whatever. But it'll probably happen this year. It'll definitely happen this year. But at least it didn't happen against the Bears. So here's to the Bears for that win this week.
Absolutely.
So join us in celebrating that win and pop open a cold one, sit back, and enjoy the show. Oh, the sweet taste of victory.
Yeah, I was going to say, you really are celebrating that Bears win with that big gulp there.
I was. Josh drinks his beer too fast. Someplace right up there. There we go. All right. Josh sucks.
Down his beer too fast. Okay. We've already established that.
All right. Perfect. All right. So one thing we do want to remind you guys of, we want to spread the word, the good word of the bent word. Please like, subscribe, and share our podcast, okay? Send it out to somebody that likes or doesn't like football, somebody who gets entertained by two idiots sitting here making fun of each other and themselves. But, yeah, definitely do that. Like, subscribe, and share.
Absolutely.
All right. You want to jump into injuries, Josh?
I do. And this goes back to my beer because we had some really, really important big injuries, major injuries in the NFL this past week. Breece Hall had something like a 65-yard run and then injured out for the year. Now, granted,
they started a whole string of events too.
Yeah, and we were talking before the show. I doubt James Robinson would have even been part of that trade deal if Breece Hall wouldn't have gone down. Now, how this affects my team, not the Breece Hall, but I have Jamar Chase, who's now out 4 to 6 weeks.
I've heard 6 to 8 also.
6 to 8? Oh, gosh.
It's somewhere between that 4 and 8 range, hopefully less than more.
Hopefully closer to 4. So,
yes.
Njoku, who was another superstar on my team, went down. He's out 2 to 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. And then Zeke, who also I have on my team. So my team is really the walking wounded right now. Now, luckily, I'm playing the 12th place team in our league, so it's pretty much a bye week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Yep. I mean, given that you have all these injuries and stuff, I'm just trying not to catch that flu bug or that whatever it is, that injury bug. Maybe that's what the injury bug.
Oh my God! I thought I forgot to brush my teeth or something.
Because these injuries are actually helping me.
I know.
You know why? You've got Jamar Chase. Unfortunately, he's going down for the week or for next few weeks. but I've got Tyler Boyd.
His value is just going to get boosted.
Yeah, so if he's available in your league, he's probably not. But if he's available in your league, jump on that right away. Obviously, he's going to be the next man up in Cincinnati. So Monday night game in front of the big stage, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be a good week for him.
Okay.
I
think
think
so.
might start for the week too.
Yeah, I think so too. So, and I have Chubb in that game. I just traded ETN and Mostert for him. So
So we're looking at a running back and a wide receiver. Who else we got injured this week? Who else got injured? Zeke is a possibility.
Zeke. Yeah, I talked about Zeke.
Yeah.
Mostert is questionable.
That's who it was.
He played through an injury last week apparently that nobody knew about. So.
Yeah. Yeah,
so we'll see what happens there.
I think he could just tough it up and do it again, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I don't care anymore because after tomorrow he's not on my team.
That's right.
So
okay, all right. But for anybody who has him out there,
yeah,
I mean, we feel bad for you.
Not really.
All right. Anyway, so that's pretty much it with the injuries. I think that's all the ones we really wanted to cover, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just my luck, three of the major ones had to affect me. So.
Yeah. And my luck this year so far, one of those major ones affected me in a positive way.
I know.
And guys, let me just tell you this because I've got C.D. Lamb is one of my wide receivers. On my bench has been Tyler Boyd. Even last week when he went off, and then that other week that he had a huge week, he was on my bench those whole times. But now with
Chase down,
Chase going down, then C.D. Lamb's going to my bench and Boyd's going in my lineup. So I got lucky on that one. I'm not going to call it skill. I got lucky on that one. So
okay, well and he's going to step in nicely into that role.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so let's jump on to our start and sits this week.
Okay.
You want to kind of recap what we did
last week? Yeah, just to recap last week, I went 2-2. I had Brissett, ETN, Jerry Jeudy, and Gesicki. Now, Gesicki, there was a caveat with that. One that I wasn't happy about. If Tua was back, and he was, thank God he didn't get hit hard enough to paralyze him or end his career. But the ETN and Jeudy really came through for me. Brissett is where I really dropped the ball, and then Gesicki pretty much almost laid a goose egg. So I went 2-2, and then you had sits last week. You had a couple decent ones. Goff, 5 points. Yeah, that's definitely. Mostert kind of hurt you, 19 points.
Yeah, that's pretty good for.
Kirk kind of hurt you, almost 15 points.
Yeah.
Njoku, right around the 10-point mark. However, for a tight end one, I gave that a win to you. So 2-2. Yeah, 2-2.
What a guy.
2-2 each of us, and we're both 13-11 on the year. So.
All right. Hey, one thing we did not mention is our special guest that's coming tonight.
Oh, we mentioned it last week. Yeah.
I know, but we haven't talked about it tonight yet. So just so you guys know, to catch you up to speed, we've got Miss Fortune's going to be in today. We're still waiting to hear from her. She was supposed to be here a little bit earlier. She was out last week in a Halloween costume, but she's supposed to be here this week. I have not talked to her, but she should be here soon, hopefully. So
I hope so.
Keep our fingers crossed, and we'll see.
Yes.
So
yes.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Josh. I had to mention that before I forgot.
So I did starts last week, so Alan's going to go first, read his starts. I think he's got a few good ones there.
All right, so I'm going to start it off with quarterback. Jalen Hurts against Pittsburgh. Why? Because Pittsburgh's pass defense is terrible. If you look at it, they're ranked 4th, I believe it is, in total yards per game, or average yards per game, excuse me. And I believe they're up higher in the touchdown category too, with not a ton of sacks. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Hurts. I think he's going to have time to actually throw the ball and move around like he does. But the matchup alone just tells me that's good, a good start anyway.
I think it's a great start. The only thing that kind of gives me trepidation with that is they're like almost a 13-point favorite. Yeah. If they get up early, Hurts, may not utilize them.
Right. That's true. That is a little bit of a concern, but hopefully maybe Pittsburgh can get something going on offense and stay in the game.
But Hurts is an offensive juggernaut at this point.
Mm-hmm. All right, so running back, I got Chuba as my running back. I know you like that. And I'll be honest with you, looking at it, there was a lot of hard decisions that I would have had to make in order to, or a lot of hard facts that I would have had to come up with to justify some of the other matchups and some of the other running backs. Chuba was an easier one for me. He's playing Atlanta.
Okay.
Enough said, but he's not a terrible running back. He's a replacement level player going into do what he is getting paid to do.
Yeah, I agree.
So that matchup alone just says that it spells some good things. I mean, that offensive line is still going to be that offensive line, Christian McCaffrey or not. So
we saw what he could do last year when McCaffrey was out. I mean, he had really put up some really good games last year.
Yeah, he had a few really good games. So moving on to wide receiver. This is what I talked about
earlier.
This is. Mm-hmm. So, as you guys may or may not know, I'm sure you probably do, that I have some players on Cincinnati. I've got Nixon, I've got Burrow, and I've also got Boyd, who's been sitting on my bench, like I said before. Next man up syndrome right here.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He's already proved that he can be a wide receiver with Chase on the field. He's going to be even a better target with Chase off the field.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets more targets and catches than Higgins.
Yeah, and Higgins, his health has been kind of questionable the last few weeks, so Boyd could skyrocket to the number one receiver real quick. I hope that doesn't happen because we still need T. Higgins there to distract some of the defense. but yeah, I think Boyd's going to be an awesome start this week.
Cool. I like it.
Like I said on the big stage Monday night, why not?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so the next one, you can get your booze and jeers ready because the next one is not going to be a popular choice, but I'm taking Cole Kmet. And really, you don't like the Cole Kmet?
No, I do. I'm on the fence about Cole Kmet. So.
Well, and so I heard, I was listening to the radio the other day, and I heard somebody make a comment. It was a reporter from out of town. He was talking to a Chicago station, some guys at a Chicago station, and he had mentioned Cole Kmet in passing. But he also said, you know what? Cole Kmet's probably the best player on that team. And I was like, wow, that speaks volumes for our team. But you stop and you think about that for a minute. He is, but the reason I shouldn't say he's the best, but he's one of the best. And the reason is he's a more complete player. He does a lot of blocking. He does well with the blocking. He can still catch passes. They're just not utilizing him.
Yeah.
For what they need to. I think you're going to start seeing some evolution in that offense a little bit. Not that it's going to go real far this week or this year. I'm not saying that, but I think you're going to start seeing some more dimensions being added onto the offense as we go.
I hope so, and I really hope they work some of Justin Fields' skill set into that offense and really let Justin cook, like they say for Russ.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's my starts for this week.
Okay.
For better or for worse, I'm going with those. These are guys that you wouldn't normally start. Well, other than Boyd, you would normally start anyway. So that's my starts. Give us your sits, Josh.
Okay, my sits.
Who's got the sits?
I got the sits.
Must have been that burrito.
Yeah, the Taco Bell. So I'm going on tonight's game for quarterback. I don't like Brady, and Alan and I were talking about this for the last couple weeks. I think his relationship drama, his off-the-field issues, really has him flustered, and it showed. It's shown. He hasn't put up stellar Brady-like numbers that you would expect out of the GOAT that many people consider him to be, But yeah, he's just, something is off with his game. I know his head's not fully there. He's more interested in breaking tablets on the sideline than he is throwing touchdowns,
Well, it's interesting to me, too, because, I as much as I don't like Brady as a quarterback, I give respect where respect's due. He is a good quarterback. He's a solid quarterback. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
He's no Peyton Manning, though.
He's not. He's absolutely not. And that's a whole other debate for a whole
yes,
other show.
Is.
We may do that someday. But for right now, I'm just going to say that he does deserve some respect. The only way to beat a guy like Brady is to get in his head. Whether it's on the field or whether it's off the field, if something gets in his head, it's going to throw his game off, okay?
Yeah.
It's either that or he still thinks he's 26 years old and can throw the ball like he used to. The game has evolved. He's evolved. He's a different quarterback than he was several years ago. Maybe he doesn't realize that, or maybe he thinks he does. He's the same quarterback, whatever. Brady is a great sit. I'm going to give you guys a bonus sit too, and that's going to be Aaron Rodgers. Not because I dislike Aaron Rodgers either, but again, something's going on with him that's not right.
Him and Brady both, man. They're
It's been a rough season.
they got some issues,
and it's not going to get any better either.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Aaron Rodgers shortly.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
So that's my quarterback for now. These next couple picks for my receiver and my running back are going to be a little controversial. Delvin Cook. I don't like him against that Arizona line. I really don't. I know you got him, and for your sake, I hope he does well. But I just don't think he's going to be utilized that heavy. Minnesota's a favorite at home, which they should be. I think they're going to really utilize that passing game. I don't think there's going to be a lot of room for Cook to run. I really don't.
Who are they playing again?
They're playing easy. They're playing my Cardinals.
I'll choose my words carefully then.
Okay.
Good matchup.
For Arizona.
No. I was going to say good matchup for the passing game in Minnesota. Not so much the run game. Good matchup for Arizona as far as that goes. But Delvin Cook is a machine. He's like Josh Jacobs. He's a machine. He's going to keep going and going and going and going. He's going to keep his feet moving when they hit him.
Yeah.
All the right things. It's hard to sit him. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting him though.
I wouldn't sit him if I had him. You know, because
right.
you spent a first round pick on him.
So basically, what you're saying is you're giving our viewers terrible advice based on your own needs.
I'm going out on a limb here, and that's why I said it's a controversial pick, because I just have a feeling about, that Arizona D has really stepped up the last couple weeks.
Okay, so what I heard was do as I say, not as I do. Okay, cool. That's cool. All right. No. So I'll respect that pick. I won't pick on you anymore. Go ahead and move on.
Okay, and then the next guy, probably just as controversial, Stephon Diggs. Normally, if anybody said you got to sit Stephon Diggs, you'd say, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
But the fact is, they're playing Green Bay, and we know how that situation is going in Green Bay, and it's not good.
Yeah.
Bills are almost a 2-touchdown favorite against Green Bay. I don't think they'll have to utilize Diggs is the problem. You know what I mean? Buffalo, in the first half, yeah, they can score all they want, but they're not a team that's really known for running up the score. They don't Belichick teams,
right?
Right. And if they get up a couple touchdowns early into that third quarter, late in the second quarter, I think his usage is going to drop big time.
Yeah, and it might be an early and often thing, and then fade off. That I can see that definitely happening with playing Green Bay. It may be one of those things where he gets a whole bunch of yards in the first quarter and then slowly phases out too.
Yeah.
And I can see that happening for sure.
Yeah, we hear the term garbage time points all the time where teams are behind. That this is the complete opposite. I think the game's just not going to be competitive enough to warrant him putting up big fantasy points.
Makes sense.
And then for my tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. Now he's really had last couple games have been really good. 2 weeks ago he exploded. Didn't get like 30-something points, I believe. But I don't like the matchup with Miami. Miami's defense is underrated. I think they have been pretty much the whole year, and they really target those tight ends. So I don't like Hawkinson this week. I like him for the year, of course, but matchup wise, it just doesn't add up to me.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. I do want to talk about one thing that we didn't discuss since we're in between, segue into something new.
Yeah.
And this is probably what's got you bent too. I mean, I don't know. We didn't talk about what's got you bent, but this is probably what's got you bent. Last week, fantasy numbers were just amazing for one of us. They were good for the other one, but amazing for one of us.
Hey, we both won.
Right.
I want to see you win. You want to see me win, unless we're playing each other.
Right. Or competing for a weekly prize, something like that. Then we don't want to see each other win. I want to be greedy and win, right?
I agree with you.
So our league, we have weekly payouts. I mean, not that we play for money or anything like that, but I'm just saying, we have cookie payouts and stuff. But anyway, one of us.
Can you guys guess which one of us it is?
Swept across the board. Swept everything.
Well, you had the highest scoring player in Burrow, put up damn near 50 points, and then you had the highest score of the week.
Yeah, highest score of the week. And what else did I win? Did I win anything else? Because I won 3 things, Josh.
There was a wild card, but I don't remember the category. Do you?
Most touchdowns. Who
What's
was that?
That was Burrow.
No.
No.
Josh Jacobs.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Josh Jacobs. Remember at the draft when I
Yes.
drafted, I walked up and I was singing Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer. You know why now?
Yes.
All right.
Because you're out of your mind.
Well, that has nothing to do with it. Well, that has a little bit. That has a lot to do with it. But that's not the point. I seen that coming this year. I seen Josh Jacobs being a stud this year, barring any injury. Knock on pretend wood.
I know you did, and I told you going into the season I didn't like him. And you got him at a steal, 4th, 5th round, I think.
Now, again, the season is a marathon, not a sprint, and he's had a few really, really, really good weeks. So it is a season-long thing,
Mm-hmm.
but everything looks good so far. The ship is right. So,
Good.
all right. So let's talk about what's got us bent, because I'm sure that's got you bent. Now that I mentioned it,
That
you
does
didn't know
got me
about
bent,
it.
but that's not what's got me bent. What's got me bent is Aaron Rodgers. We all know he's got some issues, but he basically broke the cardinal sin of a team captain, of a 2-time reigning NFL MVP. He threw his team under the bus when interviewed in the locker room after that game, that ugly loss. Basically shifted the blame to everyone else. It's no fault of mine, but it's these other guys out here. And that just rubs me the wrong way, especially when you're supposed to be a leader,
Right.
an MVP candidate, a team captain, somebody that's been in the leagues. This isn't a rookie we're talking about. This is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
This is his 20th year almost. So
Yeah.
18th, I believe. But that's just inexcusable in my mind.
It is. So, that being said, Aaron Rodgers, if you're listening,
Which he probably is.
and I know you're listening,
Yeah, him and James Robinson are both listening. I think they're hanging out. So
are they?
yeah, probably.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
James Robinson Aaron Rodgers is actually a lucky guy to hang out with James
I know.
Robinson.
I wish we could hang out with James Robinson.
Yeah, I wish I could too. He's a local guy,
Yeah.
All right. Aaron,
Get bent.
get bent.
Not on football though.
Just get bent.
Yeah.
All right. So we're done with Aaron Rodgers. We're never mentioning him on the show. Okay, we can't do that. But
Yeah.
that's not
We have to mention him on the show
Yeah,
because he's going to keep being a jackass. I have a feeling. So.
All right. So I suppose you want to know what's got me bent.
What's got you
I
bent?
have no idea. I'll be honest with you. I really don't, other than I do have one thing, I guess, that's got me bent. And if you guys remember back to a trade with Minnesota and Dallas several years ago, where it was such a bust that the fans in the stands were going, Herschel. Now on this show, we like to talk about life lessons too. We're a kinder, gentler show now than we were before. We're not even in the dungeon anymore. Well, I guess we kind of are.
Yeah.
That's beside the point. Anyway, life lesson. Don't be Herschel Walker. All right.
You can stop right there. There's many reasons you shouldn't be Herschel Walker.
And you're absolutely right. There's many reasons you shouldn't be. His latest thing is the reason that I'm thinking of. So for those of you who don't know, I'm not going to get political on this. I don't care if he's a Democrat, Republican, Independent,
The
Green
fake
Party,
police badge or
Tea Party.
the more personal issue?
Huh?
The fake police badge he held up, is that?
No, that's not it. That's one of many things, but
Yeah.
no, that's not it. This whole abortion thing. Look. If you're going to have an opinion on something, at least live by the sword, die by the sword. Live with your opinion. Live as your opinion says. I don't really care whether you had the paid for abortions or not. The fact is you got yourself in the middle of this, and you can't get yourself out of it. Don't be a Herschel Walker. I just can't say enough about how much I can't stand that guy. There's a lot of players that I really don't like. I just thought of that. You know that?
Yes.
There's quite a few.
I know.
There's Tom Brady. There's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so on that note, guys,
Herschel Walker.
you're probably not going to see this part of the video because YouTube is probably going to cut us off after the abortion comment, but I'm just kidding.
No abortion. Does that make it better?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. All right. So we've come to the part of the show that we've come to love.
Yes.
Um,
You want me to do a little recap for last week?
Yeah. Actually, why don't you go ahead and do that, and then we'll get the wheel over here, and we'll womp.
Okay, so you know I'm consistently consistent. I went 2-2 again, so I am 8-8. So I'm 4 for 4 on 2 and 2 weeks. Alan, kind of had a little stinker there. That Tampa Bay -11
Yeah, it killed me.
and over 39.5 really killed him. I mean,
Worst game ever.
God, and Brady didn't even seem interested in that. So,
Yeah.
and that's against a miserable Carolina team, which
Yeah.
is even worse.
Very,
So,
very, yeah.
but Alan's 8-7 on the year. I'm 8-8. So,
All right.
good job.
I'm 8-7. You're 8-8. Okay.
All right. So I went first last week. So Alan, you were going to go first this week.
All right. Cool. Oh, she's here. She's
here. Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's
What?
our guest. So Alan's going to go grab her.
And just take a couple minutes here and do what you need to do, and I'll go let her in. I'll be right back.
All right. Perfect. So excited.
Hello. Come on in. All right. She's here, Josh. Check it out. She's here.
Oh, hey. How are you?
Yep. So,
Glad you could make it.
ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Miss Fortune. Here she is. You can't even hear that at all, can you?
What?
Hi, Miss Fortune. How are you?
Oh, you look very pretty today.
Yeah. I can't get back to my spot. Oh, no. Oh, no.
So, just in case you guys are her Halloween costume, she's going as Virginia McCaskey this year.
Virginia McCaskey. She's got the Bears gear on, the Virginia McCaskey mask on.
Yeah.
So, I just lost it, didn't I?
Yes. No, you're good.
All right. So there we go. Sorry about that, guys.
So I hope you had a safe drive. Go up a little higher. You're cut off her head. Yeah, she's pretty tall.
There we
She's
go.
like 5 foot something. So
Yeah.
yeah.
5 foot almost something.
Yeah. I like your hair. Did you get it done today or?
Yeah, she did. She just came back from the. Your neck looks a little weird though.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Might
I
need
love
to
the bear
Do some
gear.
lipo or something around there. Yeah.
Misfortune, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Who will be a fixture on our show? Maybe not permanent, but
Yeah.
when she has time to grace us with her presence,
Yeah,
we'd love
yeah.
to see her. So
And I was just telling Josh right before we started the show, this is the stupidest thing we've ever done in our show, and we're very proud of it, aren't we, Josh? Yes.
yes.
All right. What about Misfortune? Save it for later, baby.
Okay.
All right. So it's time for us to womp
Womp.
Misfortune.
Okay. So you go first,
I
Alan.
get to go first.
You
All right.
womp it.
All right. I'm gonna womp it. Time for our bent predictions. Ooh, I got the pink.
Yeah. So these, I didn't write the bad games in purple. It's just random this week. So
Baltimore versus Tampa Bay.
tonight.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. I am taking Baltimore and those 2 points.
So Baltimore is getting 2 points.
Yep, that's
okay.
what I want. That's what I want.
Baltimore +2.
Yep. The over-under. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna
What's
go
the over/under at?
46.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go under on the over-under on that one.
Okay. I mean, based on their offense, the last couple games, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I would
it's hard.
definitely go under on that big
Yeah,
time.
it's hard. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna womp it. Womp.
Ooh.
What's the judgment?
Yellow. Let's go
Yellow.
yellow.
All right. All right, so I got. Oh God, this is a
Denver and
bad.
Jacksonville.
Denver and Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a 2.5-point favorite. 39.5. I don't trust that Denver offense still, so I'm going to take the Jacksonville 2.5. It's almost an automatic 2.5 at home. What's the over under on that again?
39.5.
Got to take the over. I'm really feeling. I'm really feeling ETN as a breakout RB1. I like that offense with him in there.
Well, he's going to be getting the all the attention.
He is.
With
He is.
Robinson gone, he's going to be getting all the attention. So, by the way, good draft pick, as it turns out.
Thank you.
So, all right. So you're going to go with Jacksonville in the 2.5, minus 2.5.
And over 39.5.
Over 39.5. Okay.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right.
All right, womp it.
Womp it. I got the other pink one.
You got the other pink one.
Well, time to sink the pink. Las Vegas versus New Orleans. Ooh, Las Vegas.
Oh,
Favored by 1.5.
in New Orleans, by the way.
Yeah, in New Orleans. Man, I wish I could just pick an outright winner. But we're gonna go with Vegas and take the 1.5 on the chin.
Okay.
And 49 points. Wow. I would pick that game to end up in 49 points, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to go the over on this one. Though.
Yeah. I already wrote it down because I knew you would. I think that game's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I think it will be too.
You got two great offenses and two not so great defenses.
Yeah,
so.
I think you're right. And I think you're going to start seeing a lot more Devontae Adams too, with the emergence of Josh Jacobs. All of a sudden, last few weeks, that's going to open up a lot of things because those guys are going to have to start respecting the run more.
Waller kind of has disappeared too, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah.
So you might see some more catches out of Waller too. That's a good point.
All right.
I should have picked him as my start. Darn it.
All right, so I'm going to womp it.
Womp it.
Oh, I got the other yellow.
Look at that. Touchdown.
We're like bosom buddies here. Look, right next to one another.
All right.
New England. I like how you change the subject quick. You're like, all right. New England at New York Jets. New England's a 2.5-point favorite, 40.5. I like the Jets plus 2.5. Jets are actually playing pretty well now.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What's the Jets' record? Do you know right offhand?
Yeah, it's like the same as Jacksonville. It's like 2-5 or something.
Okay, so they just got James Robinson.
Yes.
Right.
Zach Wilson has been good in the last couple of weeks.
All right, so a lot of things are looking up for the Jets, right?
Yep.
Okay. New England couldn't beat the Bears.
I know.
So. Okay.
So I'm taking Jets plus 2.5.
All right,
That's
cool.
yeah.
That's all right.
I don't see why New England's favored. I really don't.
I don't either, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so what about the over/under?
I like the over 40.5.
Yeah,
That's just too low to me.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. After seeing New England's defense or offense this last game.
Well, James Robinson could run for 4 touchdowns.
You're right. He's probably going to. Do it, James. Do it. Because I know you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he?
He is.
He is. Isn't he? I knew it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're waiting for those autographed jerseys to come our way. So.
Yeah. I mean, as much as we promote, never mind. We'll wait. It's fine.
Yeah, if it weren't for us, nobody would even know the name James Robinson.
Right.
Yeah, what the heck, dude?
Yeah, I mean, not like he scored touchdowns in the NFL or anything.
Not like he's a millionaire. Come on.
Yeah. But he is a hometown hero. Here's to him.
Yes.
All right. So, before we move on off of our WOMP, I do want to talk about like, subscribe, and share. So we do want you guys to like, subscribe, and share. And you know what? If not for us, do it for Miss Fortune.
Yeah.
She obviously needs to have a couple minor procedures done there. But I do like the gear, though. I like the bear gear. Let's get this thing out of the way now.
Yeah. No, that's her costume. Remember, she's Virginia McCaskey.
I do like the Bears gear here, Virginia. I mean, Miss Fortune. She does look a lot like Virginia, though, doesn't she?
She does.
Except for that one eye right there.
Yeah.
Virginia's goes the other way.
All right. No comment. I don't want to get sued by the.
I didn't say Virginia McCaskey. I said Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Some other Virginia.
The state of Virginia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, great. Now the whole state of Virginia hates us.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
They liked us in the first place.
They probably did not.
Virginia, at least you're not West Virginia.
Yeah.
So you're not as bad as that.
And Virginia, there is a Santa Claus, by the way.
Yes.
All right. Josh, we got anything else going on this week?
I don't think so.
All right. So you guys get on your TVs, watch that game tonight, the Thursday night game. Enjoy it, and we're gonna hit you back up next week for another episode of Bent on Fantasy Football. Like, subscribe, and share, and don't forget to get bent
on fantasy football.